Welcome to Rhythm and Roads, everyone. I'm your host, Joshua Jacob. We have a very special guest. We have artist Juana Martinez. And I actually met her at Disneyland last year with my brothers, and she's an incredible artist. So I just wanted to bring her on and share her story because I've seen her artwork and it's so cool. So welcome, Juana.
Oh, thank you for having me. I'm super excited. And for a long time I was like, oh, I want to be on one of these like little podcast, like video chat things.
Yeah,
Manifested it. It's
there
just
you
funny
go.
how you make friends with certain people and it just kind of like leads you to a certain way.
Right. Yeah, I agree. And then a year later, here we are, almost a year later.
Right.
That's cool. But yeah, little quick story. We met at Disneyland last year, I believe in June. I think it was either, no, it wasn't June. It was actually, I think a year prior to that
It was
because,
like the summer, like at the end, I think.
yeah, it was. And then we were at Space Mountain, weren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you had your artwork out and,
Yeah,
uh,
I was doing some drawing because I have a habit of like when I go to Disneyland or amusement parks, I
yeah,
like drawing the people there or doing little art drops.
yeah, right.
It's pretty fun because like when you see some little kid or some teenager find it, they're like, "Look, it's Mickey or it's Aladdin."
That's
Instead
cool.
of, and you guys just happened to be in front of us, and it was kind of like a long line. And I want to say your brother was wearing something Kingdom Hearts.
That's right. He was. Yeah. I think we both were wearing something Kingdom Heart related. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
And I
super
remember
excited.
that caught your attention. Yeah.
Yeah, big Kingdom Hearts fan, and I think I was just like, "Do you want a drawing of Kyrie or who's your favorite
Yeah.
character?" Blah blah blah, and he's like, "Yeah." And to this day, he still has it on his desk. He just sent it
What?
the other day. Yeah,
Really? Wow. I didn't even know he still has it. That's pretty
I was like,
cool.
"Oh my gosh, he kept it. How could he?"
Like, wow, dude. That's
Yeah,
so cool.
I was like, "You better take care of that. That's like $50 now."
Right? As years goes by, the value goes up.
Exactly.
That's funny. Well, actually, yeah, it's very cool that you were able to do that Kingdom Heart character pretty quick, actually, too. You did it right on the spot. We're like, damn, okay. So
My
that's,
experience in caricatures.
yeah, yeah. So I want to get into your story, and I want to get to start with, I guess, back when it started for you, in chapter one, season one of your
Yeah.
journey of becoming an artist, you know? So, yeah, did it start when you were young? I mean, what was the interest of wanting to draw and do all the arts come from?
Yeah. Okay. I'll try to keep it pretty short. Let's see. When I was little, I was well, I guess a little more backstory. I'm a daughter of immigrant parents, so my parents are from Michoacan, Popándaro.
Okay.
So not many options for them to pick out different jobs in the 60s. One of the ones that they ended up sticking to was being agricultural field workers. So by being agricultural field workers, they would leave at 6 in the morning, come back at 6 p.m. So that left a lot of like us at home kind of deal. Like we had somebody who would take care of us, but for the most part, we were pretty much just taking care of ourselves.
Mhm.
I would spend literally my whole entire childhood as a hermit. It's pretty hard to believe because you're like, oh, she can socially talk to people. She's
Well, especially the way we met you at Disneyland. I'm like, man, we just got along so quickly.
but I'm gonna be honest, the first 14 to 18 years of my life was spent about 80% in my room.
Really? Oh my.
Yeah, I would be just playing video games. I would be drawing SpongeBob or cartoons or just doing my homework. But for the most part, it was school and then in my room. And sometimes I would come out to eat and just go back into my room.
Wow.
Your typical hermit.
I mean, did you have friends at school?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm not like that kind of weird.
Oh, no, I just meant like because it seemed like you just didn't want to like talk to really.
Yeah. So I think that's why I liked going to school. I was able to make friends with other
Oh, I
people
see.
like
Okay.
into like manga and anime. We like bonded over Kingdom Hearts,
Oh,
Final
cool, cool.
Fantasy.
Yeah.
There was Tokyo Mew Mew, which had to do with like these girls that transformed into like endangered animals.
Mm.
You know, your typical Japanese fan fiction.
Yeah.
And so yeah, that left me a lot of hours of just drawing on like with number two pencil and computer paper because that's all I had and it was cheap. You could have gotten like a stack of computer paper like this big for $1 back in the day.
Dang. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
So that was that. And then I did 4 years at Cal State Northridge,
Oh, you
where
did. Wow.
my degree in animation with a
Oh, you
concentration.
did?
Yeah.
Oh, very cool. Good for you.
Yeah, because I was like a daughter of immigrant children, I was able to take advantage of the government money. So, anyways, for those of you who are immigrants who or children of immigrants, please apply to FAFSA. Pell Grant will help cover a lot of your tuition.
Oh,
A lot of
there you go.
people fear that they can't make it to college because it's expensive, and it's true.
Yeah.
But take advantage of that, especially if you're first or second generation. Um,
Okay. Yeah, thanks for sharing that information.
yeah, it's very important, and I think some people don't realize that we have a lot of help out there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, my whole tuition got paid. I went into animation, and I did a little storyboarding here and there, a little bit of like what did I say, storyboarding, animation, and like a little bit of comic book work. Nothing like big. It's all like indie projects, you know.
Okay.
Uh, and then I was living out here in LA for a little bit. And I think that's when I met you because I was living out in LA for a bit.
Okay.
Went through the worst breakup of my life.
Ooh.
I think
Was it
everyone
around
has.
the time when we met or
Yeah, that guy, I'm not gonna get into it, but it didn't work out.
but it was around the time when you and I and my brother were
Yeah, I was hanging out with a guy at that time. That
oh
was
okay.
my ex-fiance.
Ooh. Wow, jeez.
Yeah.
How long
But
were you guys together?
about 4 years.
Wow.
Yeah. But it's all right because if it wasn't for that breakup, I honestly wouldn't have come back to my hometown, Oxnard. And I think that's where my art career really, really flourished.
Really? Okay. Wow. Now, before we get ahead on that, I want to ask, how did you get over the breakup? Because knowing that was, you almost got married, right? So that was
Yeah.
like, oh. So I mean, we've all been through it. I went through one. Well, I didn't get married, but I went through a breakup last year, November. It's, it's tough. I mean, so we like to be real here on Rhythm and Roads and just share just also you coming out of that obstacle of, yeah, just how did you deal with it?
It was a lot of a spiritual healing for sure, and then realizing that we were not compatible.
Oh,
Uh, yeah, because like once you take those rose lenses off, you start realizing, oh, I was just the mom in this relationship.
wow.
Like, cleaning up after a person, making sure they're always eating, making sure they're always okay. And it really showed in my pictures too, like, oh, I was not taking care of myself.
Wow,
It
really?
felt very like 80/20. And at that moment, you have the rose lenses and you're just like your traditional Mexican maternity mom comes out and you're just like, oh, mijo, like here, I made you this. Like, hey, I know that that's troublesome. Like I did that for you kind of thing. Um, so that's kind of like what ended up happening.
Wow.
The breakup is something I want to keep personal. But some things were said from him and it just made it easier to leave because I realized, oh, this person
Yeah,
does not really want to be in this relationship.
right. Wow. Well, I bet it was very hard too, just coming out of it. I mean, just 4 years.
Yeah, well, I had a ex-boyfriend prior to that, and that one was almost 6 years.
Good God, really? Oh
So
shoot.
I think this one was like,
Oh, okay.
that first one was the one that hurt the most
Oh,
because
okay, so the first one was the one that hit the most. Okay.
yeah, so I think afterwards I'm like, oh, this is nothing. I'll bounce back up. I'll be fine.
Ah, yeah. Wow, okay. Well, I'm glad the recent one wasn't too crazy as the first.
Mhm.
But now moving towards, like you said, when one door closes, a better one opens. So that, for relationships, of course, when things didn't work out and you didn't know, you had a feeling of why it didn't work out, but you never thought in the future, like you said, things got way better for for what you're doing, for your career and everything.
Like if you would have met me a year ago, I'm gonna be honest, I wouldn't have been like um I wouldn't believe any like half the things that I've done in this from the last time I met you.
Really? Oh wow.
It's crazy because
That is
like
crazy.
you go from a breakup and you feel like, oh wow, everything's going backwards because you go move back to your hometown. You're no longer going into the animation business. You're like what you went to school for, and you're now living with your parents and you just feel very, very backwards because you're just like, aren't I supposed to have everything together
Mm.
around this age? I'm 30, by the way. I just turned 30 May 4th.
Oh, May 4th? No way.
The 4th be with you.
Yeah, may the 4th be with you and happy belated.
At that time, I think I had just finished turning 29, 20, 28 and a half or something like that. Um, and it was like such a hard time and like uh, at that moment you're just like, whoa, what am I doing with my life?
Mm.
And I originally got called back to Oxnard because I was offered an opportunity to be a tattoo apprentice,
Oh wow, okay.
right?
Very
And
cool.
but it was weird because like the job wasn't hard. I would go there every day and just be like, I'm not supposed to be here. I'm not supposed to be here. I'm not supposed to be here. Like when you go into something and in the back of your brain, you're just like, this doesn't feel right.
Mm. Okay.
So I kept pushing through because I was like, oh, it's okay at the end of it. Like, this is gonna make you money. You're gonna be drawing. Like, this is what's your calling, right?
Right, right.
And then we found out my sister was gonna have a baby, and I didn't want to be an apprentice anymore.
Oh wow. Your
Uh,
sister had a baby. That's cute.
yeah, she's super cute. Her name's Lucille,
Lucy.
and I know Lucille Ball, but like.
It's funny that you just said that. I was thinking about that, but I didn't say it. And then you said it. I was like, oh, okay.
I left the apprenticeship mainly because it was requiring me to be there every single day for 11 hours at a time.
Wow.
And I was like, I'm not going to get to see my niece grow up
Wow.
in the last pivotal time. She's my last niece.
Right.
I really want to be there for her.
Right.
So I left the apprenticeship, and then it was just a couple of months of like, what am I doing? What am I doing? But it's okay because I get to hang out with my niece kind of deal.
Yeah.
And then this position opened up at a performing arts center at Oxnard Performing Arts Center. And it was to become an events intern.
Okay.
And I was like, sure. I mean, it's a summer position. Let me go do this. Let's figure out like how to throw events because I had just finished doing my first art show and I was like, what could I have done better? Like where should I go to figure out how to like host events, how to do better community stuff.
Yeah.
Um and magically that happened and I was like, "Oh, let's apply. Who knows, maybe I'll get it, maybe I won't." I ended up getting it. And then
Wow, is that right?
yeah,
Good
it
for
did not
you.
end up being a summer thing. I'm about to hit 1 year with the Oxford Performing Arts Center.
Wow. Congrats
Yeah,
on that. Yeah,
it's crazy.
it is.
And I'm gonna be honest, through them, I've been able to do things that I didn't think we're capable of. Large scale free events for the community, especially targeting Latino and Mexican Hispanic culture. I lead a program called Andale, which brings wellness and creativity to my people. So
Okay.
I host events like free yoga or free sound baths, and then I give them free sources so they can go talk if they need to talk to a counselor or therapy because mental health is a very quiet topic in Mexican culture.
Is it? Oh, wow.
Yeah, at least for sure with older immigrant parents,
Mm,
and then just like the older community.
yeah.
Because when they feel bad, they just keep it really quiet. They don't talk about it with anybody, and I think it's also harder because a lot of their parents are not here.
Mm,
They didn't have that source of being able to connect with somebody. So like if they felt bad, they can't come and talk to their mom because their mom lives in Mexico.
well, that's true. Yeah.
And growing up, they're like, oh, well, I don't know how to talk about my emotions. And then the kids end up growing up and we're like, oh, we don't talk about emotions or anything traumatizing.
I see.
Yeah. So it's like trying to break that cycle to be more open and thoughtful about our mental health for sure.
And this is a program that you started, like you said of what the information that you are giving out.
Yeah, so it's a basically my boss asked me if I wanted to be the lead for this program,
Okay.
and I said yes because I thought that was such a like unique thing to bring to my community.
Right.
Uh, and we let them know about um, can I like drop apps for people? Like I'm just saying this ahead of time before I promote like our apps.
Yeah, you could talk about it. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Got it. So we have two apps that we promote through our mental wellness, and one's called Soluna, and the other one's called Bright Life.
Okay.
They're both free apps, and they have one-on-one counseling and help, and have little apps to little activities for you to learn how to take care of your mental health.
Okay.
Um, Bright Life is for children who are like 1 to 12,
Okay.
and Soluna is for 12 to 25-year-olds. So those are all free apps, especially now that insurance is expensive, therapy is expensive,
Yep.
especially for these pivotal times in the use of our people, you know?
Right, right.
So those are like the apps that we promote. Um, we hire a lot of local talent, so we try to highlight a lot of local artists and team up with like wellness people as well, like Reiki, sound baths, um,
Okay.
some salsa dancing here and there, you
Oh,
know.
nice. Okay.
Um, so that's like one of the things I do.
Wow, well, I'm actually got to say I'm really happy for you that you are actually helping the community in that area. I mean, yes, mental health is very it should be addressed more and should be just more focused, of course, even just because yeah, a lot of people don't want to share how they're feeling, express. But yeah, I thank you for sharing the apps. And yeah, it's very important to get the help you need, and there's free opportunity to do that. So yeah, thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, that was yeah, that felt right. Like once I started doing it, it never once did I think in my brain, I'm not supposed to be doing it. So I think I was meant to do a lot more with the community, and I'm still trying to figure out like what else I can do with them, especially with the immigration and deportations happening lately.
Hmm.
I try to host a lot more events where people can come and fundraise and spread their news, like if they need to bring like a BC Defensa and the Lab 805. I have them at one of my events, and what they do is they bring flyers and they teach classes of how to basically if La Migra comes, how to respond to them appropriately.
Wow. All right.
So, and I think that's yeah, so that's one of them and stuff.
All right. Well, thanks
Yeah.
for sharing that. Yeah, that's pretty incredible from what you're doing on the side from just being an artist, you know.
Oh, okay. As an artist, though, I am doing a lot more other things too.
Well, let's get into that.
I know it's like never ending. As you can tell, I'm a tourist to the T. Just work, work, work.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
Uh, So, I'll do a lot of art markets, and recently have been getting really into art shows.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
especially t tapping into the history of my family culture.
Okay.
I do a lot of embroidery in my artwork, just like my grandma taught me how to do it when I was little, and a lot of my, like I said, paintings are based off of a Mexican culture.
Mm.
I recently got into a museum at the Ontario Art Museum.
Oh,
So
you did? Oh, no
yeah,
way. Congrats.
I told myself at the beginning of the year I was gonna do it, and then I did
Wow.
it. And sometimes I think about it, I'm like, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? And I bring my parents to my art shows, and they get to see my artwork, and I'm like, that's why I do it.
That's why. You know,
That's
very interesting that you asked yourself that because I had to ask myself that about the podcast last year. Like, why am I doing this? So, you know, but the reason why you asked this is through reevaluate why you're doing it, and it gives you that understanding, and then you say that is why. You find the reason. Because if you don't have the reason or the passion or the fire, it's just like it's just I feel like I'm just wasting my time.
Yeah.
But if you want to find it and you understand why and the purpose behind it, then you're like, that is why, and then you keep going.
Mhm.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
No, 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 you're totally good. Um, I'm so excited to see where your podcast goes. I've been seeing your Instagram posts and you're doing a lot.
Well, thanks.
I believe you would be
Uh,
in a position a year ago to 2 years ago doing what you're doing now.
a year ago, no, actually, well, I mean, it's going to be 2 years as of September 1st. This year, September 1st will be 2 years, but when I started, it was nothing close to this. I was just in my dad's studio room with a mic and my computer, same one, and I just, yeah, yeah. I mean, I was still doing good interviews, but it was like not as, I guess the way I have brought has presented itself with Rhythm and Roads. And back then it was just very basic. And then after time learning and just getting through certain situations, then I said, okay, let me go ahead and restructure, rebrand Rhythm and Roads, what it's meant to really be shown. And then that's where it's at now.
Yeah, now it's crazy. Now you're interviewing people on the East Coast, on the West Coast, like
Yeah,
everywhere, man.
a whole everywhere. And if you have any friends or family that want to share their story, feel free to send them my way.
I will send you a list. Just send me your
Yeah.
email afterwards. Oh, I think I have it.
Or I mean, you can send it through Instagram too, just
Yeah,
directly.
I do have a lot of very inspirational story of friends, and
Oh
I
yeah.
really thank them. They are the reason I also do a lot of my things because I see them doing stuff, and I'm like,
There you go.
why can't I?
Yeah, exactly. If they can do it, why can't you?
Yeah.
So yeah, feel free to send them or send me a list of their Instagrams and I can reach out to them or they can reach out to me. But yeah, it's open platform for those that want to share their story. So,
All right, all right.
but if you want to continue your story, go ahead.
Oh,
I know we got off track there, but yeah, thanks for
no,
asking
no,
about
that's totally fine. But yeah, it's just been a weird roller coaster of collaborating, doing all these events with different people and just being really engraved in the community. Like from going from a complete hermit and in my younger age to now being I wouldn't say an influential part of the community, but getting there
Mhm.
has been very terrifying.
Wow.
It has been very, very scary. And now I like have to watch what I post sometimes on my Instagram because I was just doing things for fun and I only had like 500 followers, whatever. And out of nowhere, I have like 1,600 followers. And I'm like, that's an army. That scares me. That's
It's an
terrifying.
army.
If you think about it, you put him in a like a convention center, that's a lot of people.
No,
That's
it's true. Yeah.
that's what th 3,800 eyes supposedly if they have a set of eyes too.
True. Yeah.
I'm just like that's that's terrifying, but that doesn't stop me from posting.
No, yeah. I mean, you continue living your life and doing what you love and post and share your, I mean, of course, yes, there's certain boundaries of what you can post. You don't want everyone knowing your private life and stuff,
Oh, yeah.
but just, yeah, still feel like, "Oh, I can't live my life because of it." No, I just still have fun, be you, and then whatever you really need to keep private, keep private.
Yeah. There we go. There we go.
Yeah. But but first me as well, back in my teenage years, I didn't have a lot of friends. I actually was kind of a hermit as well. I mean, I didn't spend that much time in my room, but I did really just work to myself. I was editing short film projects. I was listening to me. I was mainly, I don't know, like I'm trying to think what I I just didn't do a whole lot in my teenage years. I just went to school and did some sports.
Mm,
But then I think what really took off was in my early 20s. That's when I started to get out more and branch out more and join some bands. Uh,
cool.
I worked at Victoria's Secret for 10 years.
Victoria's Secret.
Yeah, I worked for them for 10
Dude.
years and that definitely got me out of my shell. Like, but I was like, oh man. And the thing is, I didn't know what I was getting myself into. I went to the store, applied. I really honestly was looking for a job. I mean, I had a credit card from Victoria's Secret when I was 18 because at 18 you want to get like all the credit cards known from A to Z. But
Yeah.
no, I didn't do that. But I had a girlfriend at the time when I was 18 and I was like, and I had a friend that I knew that worked at Victoria's Secret, and then right away she asked me, "Hey, do you want a credit card? Apply?" And I was just at 18, like, sure. And then I got it, and I still have it. But so when having this credit card, I got to at least get some history behind the company because I would go there and buy lotions for her and certain things for her, my girlfriend at the time, and but then yeah, when I moved to Las Vegas, Nevada in 2011, yeah, 2011. I was working at Nautica clothing company, and so I needed another job. I was part-time there, and I was like, so I lived closer to the Galleria Mall in Henderson, Nevada. I lived like maybe 10 minutes away, and I was like, well, let me go to the mall and apply for a job while still working at Nautica. And so as I was applying, I went through the mall, and yeah, Victoria's Secret was almost the last resort. I didn't go to every store because you gotta have to like see yourself there, right? But I mean, I didn't see myself at Victoria, but I just was like, okay, would I give a lot of my time to the store? Man, no. This one, I don't know. This one, yeah, let me go apply there, like that. So I was walking, almost about to walk out. I walked by Victoria's Secret, and I was like, oh, well, there's Victoria's Secret. I mean, never know. Let me just
Yeah.
I applied and I filled out the application at Starbucks. There was like a Starbucks like three stores down in the mall, and so I just filled everything out, went back, gave it to them, and then after that, maybe like 2 weeks later, maybe like about 2 weeks later, I get a phone call and a voicemail, and they left a voicemail from Victoria's Secret. They're like, "Hi, we received. I remember you gave your application. Would you like to come for an interview?" And I forgot, and I was just like. Oh, yeah, I forgot I forgot I even applied for you guys.
Like, I'll take it though.
Well, I mean, it was just for an interview, right? I mean, I don't know if I was gonna get it.
Yeah.
But of course this is not about me, it's about you. So, well, let
A
me
separate little podcast for you afterwards. We got to tell your story. Who interviews you?
no one. I have not been interviewed. I haven't had that. So no I mean there's been an opportunity, but it just the schedule wise had to come up and I couldn't do it. But yeah, I'm waiting. I actually would love to be either in person to do an interview, and I'm looking forward to that one day where I'm going to be invited to do a podcast in person. So I'm, praying on that.
Gotta
But
manifest it. You say in the next 3 years that's what's gonna happen.
yeah, I'm
Then
open
within
to
the
that,
next
and
3 years.
yeah, yeah, hopefully sooner. Because I was like, I want to share my story, but real quick, leading to the Victoria's Secret part is here's one thing that I want to educate those that are also watching this is that if you really want this job, and I thought, hey, this would be a great opportunity because I'm going to have an interview coming up, study about the company. Don't just think you know what you know, and then when you go to the interview and just be like, oh, well, I just need a job. Oh, no, if you really want the job, take time before the interview, go on the website, study about the company, study what they're about, what their goals are, the vision, the favorite brands or what they're known for. And so I did that a few days prior. I studied. I went on the website, studied about their, Pink, the brand, the Victoria's Secret credit card offers, the different lotions that were popular. Of course, I wouldn't go that far in knowing other stuff, if you know what I mean, because
Yeah.
but I did my best, right? So to end on this part is when I had the interview, they asked me, so why do you want to work at Victoria's Secret? And I told them, well, I have the credit card, but then I shared what I knew about the company because of everything I learned. And I kid you not, I still remember to this day after I shared it, the supervisor was like, damn, you might as well have my job.
You
I was like,
you.
I was like, wow, yeah. So I mean, the next day I got the job. So, and 10 years later was with them. But
That's smart. You know what? I did a very similar thing with Trader Joe's.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I never shopped before there. And like the day before I had my interview, I just walked in and I was like, I'm gonna try a couple of their things. And then I got the interview and I had already done my research. I came in a Hawaiian shirt.
No, you did.
I did.
That's cool.
And I heard that they normally don't hire you if you wear a Hawaiian shirt because they're like, what are you
What?
doing?
Because
But
what?
I think it's because Hawaiian shirts are very much like this is the boss. Like this is like the manager.
Okay.
I was just applying for a regular position.
But
So
the boss wears that or something or what?
yeah, all the bosses wear the Hawaiian shirts
Oh,
on.
they do. I didn't know that. Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then the regular like crew members just wear like a regular t-shirt.
Oh, I see.
So
Okay.
here I am. I'm coming in with my Hawaiian shirt thinking, "Oh, I'm it. Like give me your boss job." That's the intention. I didn't know that only supervisors wore the Hawaiian shirts.
Oh,
There I'm
wow.
like, wearing it. I got the job, but it's still just to this day I'm like, I really wore a Hawaiian shirt to this interview.
Wow, look at you being so bold like that. Yeah, I'm here to take your position.
I'm like, "Can you take your job?"
I'm here to take your manager job. That's funny. But hey, congrats on getting the job, even with the Hawaiian shirt on.
Very bold. It's like going to Starbucks with an apron on, like a
Yeah,
green
pretty
apron,
much, right?
Starbucks
Yeah.
apron on. Yeah.
And it says lead.
Exactly. Just like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Okay. Good for you. That's cool.
Mhm.
So right now where you're at with your arts, what's new for the projects? Anything new that you're doing?
Well, I just finished throwing. I think I'm starting to do like a yearly big art show with our local artists. Like
Okay,
last
cool.
year, I did one that said "Growing Up Hispanic." So I gathered a lot of people that grew up basically Hispanic,
Mm,
and to see everyone's different artwork in this art show being displayed was really inspiring it.
mm.
And I got to highlight other artists that weren't very like well known in the community. So that made me feel pretty good. I worked really close with Abigail Christensen, and she is my set designer. I
Okay.
Yeah, she's really great. She works for Yahtzee, and I wouldn't be able to do half the projects I do now without her.
Yeah.
Um, so we collaborated on our most recent art show, and this one was pretty big. It was called Welcome to the Black Parade, a desk-inspired art show,
Oh,
and
cool.
had 20 different artists show up, some live bands performing. I had a coffin made, um,
Um,
and this was basically a rest in peace to my 20s party.
Rest in peace to your 20s.
It was a funeral-based art show to commemorate the end of my 20s and the welcoming of my 30s.
Interesting. I never heard someone do that, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, apparently on TikTok it's a new trend that people are doing for they're just hosting funerals
Mm.
uh for their 20s. Say, rest in peace for my 20s, welcome my 30s.
Wow.
And I was like, what if I took this concept and made it an art show and hired and a local talent to set design and brought in like local bands, brought in local artists, and everybody got to touch on the subject on their own interpretation of it.
Mm. Hey, that actually would be a good topic to discuss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it ended up being very, very successful. Like we had this little section where you can take a photo with the coffin and it would be printed out on a little Polaroid and then the Polaroid would be put into a little pamphlet that
Okay.
had a that had a death certificate inside of it. And you just signed
The
your
death
last
certificate in it? That's
yeah,
interesting. Wow.
then you would just sign your name away and stuff. And that's another thing. So I have
That
to
is
give
interesting.
my to being at Oxnard Performing Arts Center. I think Christian Ramirez, he's my boss,
Hmm.
taught me a lot in the last year. And now I'm very much like, okay, how do I get money so I can do more free events, more free art shows for the community?
Okay.
So, oh, by the way, my whole birthday bash was free. Like anyone could show up.
Your whole birthday bash was free?
Yeah, like I know there was so many things there that I feel like I should have charged like admission or something, but
Yeah.
my whole thing I like to do is to create a third place for those who don't have a third place.
Mm.
So I wanted to make this art show free for anybody to come in and just support local artists.
Wow. Well, good for you. I'm glad you did that.
A lot of work. I'm
I bet
tired.
it is. I bet it was.
So now I got to start planning the one for next year because it's kind of becoming a trend now.
Is it really? Good for you. All right.
Yeah, we had a big art show last year. Now we have a big art show this year, and I got to start like planning for next year.
Wow, that's
It
awesome.
keeps getting bigger and bigger.
And what's the name of this art show?
Welcome to the Black Parade. So the Black
Welcome to the
Parade,
Black Parade.
yeah,
Interesting.
inspired by My Chemical Romance.
Oh, is that right? Is that like one of their songs?
Mhm.
Oh,
One
okay.
of
Oh, that's cool. I'll have to hear it. I have not heard that song.
Yeah, they're like a emo alternative rock kind of kind of band.
Is that what you like? Is that kind of style of music?
I like a lot of different styles of music. I'm what they call polyjamorous.
Polyjamorous? I never heard that term.
It's it's just a funny little saying because when I tell people that I listen to everything, they're like, "You don't listen to everything." And I'm like, "Let's do a Spotify blend." And they're like, "Oh, we have a 90% match." And I'm like, "I have a 90% match with everybody." That's to show you I listen to almost
That's
everything.
so cool. There you go. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pretty big on a lot of music of different genres, so that's pretty neat.
Yeah.
Like Amberlin, and you've heard of Amberlin?
One more time?
Have you heard of the band Amberlin?
No, but they sound like I would.
Yeah, Amberlin's pretty good. They're like alternative rock. You'll might like them. I recommend them a lot. I've been listening to them since early 20s, but my brother's the one that got me interested in listening to them. So they're good. Amberlin, yeah.
Okay.
Anberlin, Amberlin.
I'll
Mhm.
have to give them a listen for sure.
I'll send you some songs on your
Yeah.
Instagram so you can check it out. Well, I just want to say thank you for being on here on the podcast, Rhythm and Roads, and sharing your story. I know we can't talk forever, but I wish it's we always love having conversations. I wish it can go on for hours.
Oh
Um,
yeah, we can talk about like multiple things. We just scratched the surface. If I would ask you, I was holding back of asking you more questions about you, but I'm like, he will have his time for his interview or
no,
write a book.
no, I appreciate you wanting to ask me that, but yeah, this is about you, and my time will come when I'll be asked to share my story. So I'm just praying when that moment will come. But yeah, for those that want to follow you on your social media and just everything that your art, how they be able to see it, if you want to go ahead and share that.
Oh yeah, you can follow me in my adventures at Jenny underscore Todd. It's JENNEY underscore TODD. You ever
Okay.
watch Sweeney Todd?
Yes, love it.
That's where my name came from.
Is that where it came from? Really? Oh
Because he
wow.
Demon Barber of Fleet Street. So he was really known for being to shave people in under like a minute or two. Very fast shaver. Um,
Right,
so
right.
I got the inspiration from that. And at the time I had a white streak that I had dyed my hair and my hair was really big.
Uh-huh.
I was like, and I'm also a very fast artist, as you saw.
Yeah, right.
So I would call myself Jenny Todd, the demon artist of Wolf Street, because my street name is Wolf.
Wow. That's a
So
cool title.
so that's where my name comes from.
Very cool.
Some
Yeah,
people get
actually, that's one of my favorite movies from Tim Burton.
really,
Yeah,
yeah,
great, great
that was
movie.
a good one.
All right, and so they could see your artwork on there as well, right? On your social
Yeah,
media.
I can see my artwork. I just have some of my artwork going to the Mexican Consulate of Oxnard.
Wow.
So I have some stuff there, and then you guys can see my work from the Ontario Art Museum, the Thousand Oaks Art Gallery, stuff I've done for the community. There's a really cool video of my art show in there if you wanted to just kind of catch a glimpse of some of the
Oh,
things
there is
that night. Yeah.
on your Instagram. Okay.
There's like a giant mural, not like a giant altar of, I wasn't expecting my friend to bring me an altar, but it's a giant altar of my face with a bunch of flowers and candles and like very saint and Catholicism. Yeah.
That's cool.
I
That was
walked into
pretty cool
that. I'm
that they
all,
did that. Wow. Well, real quick before we end, What's your thoughts on the 30th anniversary on a Goofy movie?
I want to see more Max.
You
I
want to see more Max?
I want to see more Max. I feel like he doesn't have enough merchandise and like it's barely starting to come out.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I've seen the possum pin of Max for way too long. We need more stuff.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Yeah,
there-
I've actually noticed it's so I mean it's yeah, a lot of power line
yeah.
apparel and stuff, but I heard that at Disneyland right now it's really been decked out on Goofy movie because they're celebrating the 30th anniversary, so there's a lot of merch.
Yeah. Okay,
Uh
where are we going? Are we going next week? Do I meet you there?
you can meet us there June 2nd. That's when we're going for
Yeah.
Josiah for my brother's birthday, just like pretty much how we met you was for his birthday.
Okay, I'm kind of down. What is that on a Tuesday,
It's
Thursday?
on a Monday.
On a
Uh
Monday?
yeah, it's on a Monday. So I don't know if you could try to
What's
get
that day
there.
off?
Yeah, that's for the day
Yeah.
off. It's a group of us going. I think it's about four of us going.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but you're welcome to join us.
All
That'd be
right.
cool. And
Yeah,
also we're gonna be doing sorry?
I've been itching for a Disneyland trip.
Well, there you go. This is it.
Mhm.
And then the thing is I'll be doing some interviews too with Rhythm and Roads. So and what I mean by that, I'm meaning like, hey, let's sit down and talk. It's just gonna be straight on the spot. So while we're waiting in line, kind of like what you're doing with your mic, I'll be like, "Hey guys, like I saw in your tag that it says your first time here. Like, I'm a podcaster. Like, how was your first time experience going so far? Oh, it's good. Oh, cool." And then just share like a minute. Or if I
Yeah,
see someone happy birthday, hey, happy birthday. I'm a podcaster. You enjoying your birthday here at the park? Sure, yeah, man. Yeah. Like stuff like that.
yeah, that's super cool. You
So
can
we'll be
even
doing stuff like
like,
that sometime every throughout the day.
yeah, or asking them like, "What's your favorite ride?"
Yeah, exactly. What's your favorite ride, or why do you like this ride that we're here? And
Yeah,
standing in line.
that could be a
Oh,
fun
because I've been coming here since I was a kid, man. It's so cool.
Is
Yeah.
that what we sound like to you?
Huh?
Is that what us Californians sound like to you?
No, I just mean like that's how I probably would sound if someone asked me that. I'd be like, yeah, man, like get all like cool groove on
No,
that.
you all don't talk like that. Even though we're from the West Coast, we we don't ain't got that accent.
No, I wasn't trying to like imitate a West Coast accent. I just would say like
Oh,
being
I'm gonna be
cool.
honest, they do speak like that out here.
Oh, okay. No, I was just saying like being cool, like hip like that. Like, yeah, man, cool. Yeah.
Just something totally tubular,
Yeah. Oh, yeah, exactly. Tubular. Yeah, yeah, that's funny. Um,
scrumptious.
yeah. But yeah, you're welcome to go. That'd be cool to have you and join us. We're actually gonna be staying at the Disney Hotel as well that night at the Villas, one of the newer hotel at Disneyland.
Oh, how fun! Yeah, you get. Wait, does it mean you guys get to ride Tiana's Bayou for the first time?
We actually already did.
Oh, okay, cool. Then
Yeah,
yeah, caught
we
up. We're all
we
caught
went
up.
on that ride in when was it? I think October. I think January.
Yeah, because I think it
January.
just opened up to the public this year.
No, it's already open.
Yeah, that's why I said I think it just opened up to the public this year, like at the beginning,
Oh,
or
oh, I see. Like in January. Yeah.
yeah,
That was actually pretty cool. I mean, it's different. Yeah, I still prefer Splash Mountain. But the similar sets of like how it is, it's somewhat similar,
yeah.
but
They
it's
didn't add a second drop, or was it just me?
was that?
Am I tripping out, or did they add a second drop
I hmm.
towards the end? I feel like they added an extra drop.
I don't, well, the main drop is the main drop, but I still feel like that's like the main one from Splash Mountain. I don't think they changed the look of it or the drop of it. But I know there's more than one drop going through the right, but it's not deep like that. It's just like some here, some here. I mean, you do get wet. It get
Yeah,
you like they're even giving out raincoats and all that because you. I remember when I got off the ride, I was soaked. I was like, "Golly, man!" And it was at night too. So, but it's still a cool ride. I'm not saying it's not, but it's just sometimes you're like, there's moments of Splash Mountain that I did miss. How they're singing the zippity doo dah.
yeah.
Yeah, those classics. But it is still a cool, different approach of a look from the movie. So, but yeah,
Okay.
hope you can go.
Yeah. All right. Sounds great. Okay. Well, I think that concludes our time, right?
That does. Yeah, that's right. So thank you for coming on Rhythm and Roads over Zoom. and sharing your story. And yeah, we look forward to seeing your artwork that you're gonna post, and maybe you could post a Goofy movie drawing down the road. I don't know. Maybe I'm just giving you a hint there. I'd like to see one of Max and Goofy. So
Honestly, I think I might
yeah.
because it's 30th anniversary, and I had a huge crush on Max growing up. I still have a
You
crush on him
did?
now.
I think I have to say with the with Roxanne. I mean, come on.
Oh yeah, like they were just cool kids.
Oh yeah. So all right, cool, cool. Well, I hope to see one.
Yeah, once again, thank you so much for having me here,
Not a
and
problem.
looking forward to seeing what the future holds for both of us.
I agree. We wish you the best as well. Thank you so much. All right, guys. We'll catch you at the next episode.